Hey, welcome to the L Lynch Trophy Semi-Final pre-game show. I'm your host, Chris Hughes on Rebound. I hope you're well. There's a black stream next to me. We're hoping Evan Walsh will join us, but we'll wait and see whether he'll come on before the big game tips off at 4 p.m. I'm really excited for this one. It's going to be a really good game. I get a bit of nostalgia vibes because this game was one of the last games I commentated on last season. It was a very good win for TVC. The winner will play one of Solent or Worthing. It's a very exciting game on the other channel, but all eyes on this one. Worthing current lead at half-time, 33-37. This one should be a good game. Both games will be hard to call. I was really looking forward to having Evan Walsh on the show because he, for me, was one of the standout performers in this L Lynch Trophy competition. It's been a great competition, and a shout out to the sponsors, Lynch Plant Hire, a great company involved in grassroots of basketball, involved the sponsors for Hemel and also sponsors for this great competition. And it's been a great competition to have to give us a basketball summer, and it's coming to its climax now, and it's been a great competition. I've been honoured to host the live pre-game preview shows and the draws. So obviously we're in semi-finals now. Today's semi-finals, Loughborough at Thames Valley Cavaliers and Worthing at Team Solent Kestrels. So a quick reminder how these teams got here. Thames Valley Cavaliers, I thought they had an excellent group. They were faced with Hemel Storm, Reading Rockets, Oakland Wolves. I think for me the Hemel Storm game was my game of the competition so far. Ridiculous buzzer beater shot by Lewis, champion, to call game and put them at the top of the group, which has helped them get to where they are today. Evan Walsh was also in that group. He for Oakland Wolves and posted some ridiculous performances which caught the eye of Crayon Raftopoulos at Surrey Scorchers, and now at Surrey Scorchers. I was looking forward to having him on the show, sort of talk a bit about the BBL, his journey and the BBL Trophy wins versus TVC and obviously Solent in the other semi-final. So today's game, I think most people come to the channel, you all know Thames Valley Cavaliers 9-1 record. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Rupert and UpStreamedia family do a great job of live streaming all NBL D1 and WNBL D1 TVC games early on. I believe they played Solent. I was out, I missed that game. I did my couch the 5k as we get to the end of this lockdown. I'll be back to work next month, so I'm trying to up my fitness. So I almost missed today as carrying in, sweating for my run. So, but I thought I can't miss it. I love these shows, and a shame that Evan's not here, but it's going to be a great game nevertheless. So today's opponents, they're Loughborough Riders. They're top opposition and should be tough cookie to crack for the Cavaliers. I think if you look at this game, I think you could break it down to two parts. I think the guard battle is so important, but also the forward. So if you look at the guard battle, we'd have Taylor Johnson, Lewis Champion, Blaine Freckleton, and then we face like Carl Jimenez. And I think Carl Jimenez, if he really has a great game, it's going to be quite hard for those talented guys themselves to stop him. Carl Jimenez really impressed this year. He's almost averaging a triple-double, assist king of the league. And if you watch his game, he's really a player that's great to watch. Some of the ridiculous passing, and let's say NBA type stats. And then you've also got the likes of House and Gamble and Jonas Diedrich and Biggs. They're going to be a really great battle. I don't think you'll see. They'll probably have to take on Hakeem Senior in the paint, but both Jonas and Harrison live beyond that 3-point line, and they'll be very important because this Thames Valley Cavaliers side are, as we know, a high-scoring team. I won't be surprised to see Hakeem Taylor hit 30s plus. So Jonas and Harrison, they want to get the dub, advance to the final. They will need to shut those guys down, or scoring. Sometimes offense is the best defense, and I think those guys will be key. I think we'll see them. But it's not all about the main guys. If you look at the bench, I've been really impressed by Mo Aiden has come off recently, especially had that big cameo in a blowout win, wasn't it? Just Nottingham McDonald's Hood, so sort of was an 80-point win in the end. It was an amazing performance by the host. But there was lots of great cameo performance on the bench. Loughborough, too, for me, they got one of the most exciting benches in the league. You got likes of Greg Wild, who's sort of one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. I think, if not now, but it will be in the next couple of years if he stays in the system. But probably like a lot of students will go stateside. So yeah, Greg Wild's been put off bench with his 3-point shooting. You got Victor Naduke, who has been excelling in Loughborough Riders pathways. He's even got BBL minutes off bench. I think even the cup, he's sort of averaging a double-double. Shout out to Sam Hardy in the comments. He says, I have Solent versus TVC in the Lynch final. Although Worthing are playing great versus Solent, I don't think they did keep it up though. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be either way. It's going to be a great final. Solent probably short-handed by missing Elliot Dadds, Luke Gosney, and Luke Basumbury. Luke Gosney should be back, I think, next week or so. He said his recovery is going well. I need to speak to Elliot Dadds and Luke to see how they're getting on there. I wish them all the best in their recovery. What was I going to say about that one? It was a great game on the other channel, but hopefully you guys like myself be dual screen and you don't want to miss this game. I think this game is the one for most excitement. I think both teams will play out attacking basketball. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Other players on the left, Victor Naduku, he probably would get like 9 to 15 minutes, but he'll definitely help with that Hakeem Senior presence. He's almost a walking double-double himself on the bench. They've got lots of other guys. They'll have good rotations for the second and third, and it's going to be a really exciting game. Tip off now, it's only 8 minutes away. I'm saying a bit goosebumps. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a good one. I say the other game's half time. Thanks for your comments, Sam. I hope you enjoy this one. By 3, get involved in the chat. That's what we like to see. Like to have this British basketball communication and discussion. Before we go, I thought a selfish plug. I'm really happy to announce that I've collaborated with Always Balling to celebrate these 4 teams who have made the L Lynch Trophy semi-final with some great colourway tees. All proceeds, I believe, go to Mind Charity, a charity that's very important to me. Needless to say, through this lockdown, we've all had fluctuating mental health. And when we're getting through it, the light's at the end of the tunnel, and I want to do something to help others who maybe don't have the support network I have, either from Rupert Upstream, give me the opportunity to have these live shows to talk basketball with you guys, or just my family and friends. So I hope you're all well. Enjoy this game today. It's not going to be long till we're back cheering. Let's go Thames Valley, let's go Loughborough, let's go Worthing. There's going to be some great games coming up soon in the future. I'm certain of it. The NBL, if we've got fans back by then, I've got some great things planned for the playoffs. This season it's a new set of playoffs with the top 2 seeds having a bye. The playoffs involve every other team. It's going to be really exciting. At the moment, if Solent and TVC carry on their run, in the next few weeks they'll be confirmed top 2 teams, and they will join the playoffs the week after. And I believe first will play the 9th seed. No, first will play the 8th. The winner of the 8th versus think it's 14th, and again, check the scores set. It is a little bit more confusing than the usual playoffs. We've got 7 minutes to go. I'm sure Evan, reason can't be here. I hope he's well. Hopefully, that will show soon. He's definitely a player by one of many players involved in British basketball I'd love to get on the show. He's had a great journey, and as I mentioned earlier, sort of his performance in this tournament really propelled his career, and he's playing excellently in the BBL, as TVC and Soda both testify as him and his guys knocked them out of the BBL trophy, unfortunately. I feel a little bit like a meme, the one with the smiley face behind the tears, because I really wanted these NBL teams to go far in that trophy, to really showcase that the NBL has some respect. But I think this tournament actually has shown that you can't underestimate the NBL, and I think a lot of teams have taken a lot of credit for that, because they've done a lot of hard work to show that you shouldn't underestimate them. Feel free to ask any questions before we go live. The guys will be commentating. I'm hoping there's no technical issue. I mean, we tested it and it looks great. I'm really excited to watch this one. And again, as a recap, in the other semi-final, obviously the winners will play each other. Solent trading 33-37, that's a big half for them. But more importantly, on this channel, keep your eyes here. We've got Thames Valley Cavaliers versus Loughborough Riders in the next 5 minutes. I'd love to hear your predictions. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's very hard to call. But I think for Loughborough to win, they need to find a way of stopping Hakeem Sia. We've seen the last 2 games of TVC. He could get on that run, he could get those offensive boards. I think he posted 12 and 12 within 10 minutes yesterday. And last week, it's similar, and he's sort of a guaranteed team of the week person at the moment. He keeps carrying on these performances, but they've also got other guys. Don't underestimate Lewis Champion. I think he does a sort of a selfless role in the team, being a facilitator, because it's sort of a battle of riches, especially when they've got Seth Hawley back at guard. So you've got Seth Hawley, you've got Blaine Freckler, you've got Lewis Champion, you've got Taylor Johnson, and even more, there's more behind them that are more competent to have a stake in the team. But as we saw in the Nottingham game, if the bench had a chance, they will excel. And also, Loughborough need to find a way of slowing down the scoring, because Taylor Johnson, very high efficient scorer, Blaine Freckler, one of the deadliest shooters in the league. And then you've got Bernard Hetro as well. Apologies, I haven't mentioned before, he's an equally good understudy, but he probably will start with 2 guys with Loughborough, Harrison and Jonas. But for Thames Valley Cavaliers, for me it's quite simple. Good perimeter defense, they should have this game. Not to underestimate Loughborough, but that's where Loughborough's threat primarily is, with Jonas, Harrison and Greg and many other guys. They live on that 3-point line, but also they pretty good run into the basket. But I think if you can limit 3-point opportunities from Loughborough, it's going to be an easier day for Thames Valley Cavaliers. I say thank you for tuning in, and apologies but we couldn't get Evan on. Hopefully I'll get him on soon. He's definitely desperate on my wish list to get on. He's had a great career so far, and it's only beginning for him and many others in the NBL. And it's been, for me, the best thing about this NBL season is it's given so much opportunity to youngsters, from the likes of Maestro, or even the teams within their own teams, giving the youngsters more minutes. Well, I hope you all enjoy the game today. I think tip-off's under 2 minutes away. In the chat, let us know who you want to win, and I'll let you guys watch warm-ups and join the commentary team. Stay safe, and we'll see you all guys soon.
Just when you thought you'd got rid of us, we're back. Yes.
We're back, baby.
Couple technical difficulties yesterday on the stream, but we kept it moving as we do it upstream. But we'd just like to, you know what I mean, welcome everybody here to another big matchup down here at Uxbridge College with the Thames Valley Cavaliers going against the Loughborough Riders. And Jules, I mean, you were doing your own little stream yesterday, it seemed. What's the look on this game tonight?
So yeah, had to do what we had to do yesterday just to get by. We're back in full effect today, which is nice, and that's how we do. Should be a great matchup, semi-final of the Lynch Trophy. We've got two teams that had relatively easy quarterfinals, with the Thames Valley Cavaliers winning against the Nottingham Hoods 105-63, and then the Loughborough Riders beat the Bradford Dragons 91-68 in their quarterfinals, setting up this interesting matchup today.
And I think both teams played yesterday, right? So let's see how they bounce back today. I mean, really good game yesterday, Thames Valley Cavaliers against the Essex Rebels. Shame we couldn't give the play-by-play on that, but it was a close game. It was a tougher game than maybe the score indicated at the end of it. So today, Loughborough coming down here to Uxbridge College. Let's see how Thames Valley get it together, because, you know, it's looking like they want to set it up with a final against Solent, but there are a few teams who want to put their own mark on this tournament before it's over. So let's tune in. Let's hope we have a close one again today, Jules.
Definitely. It was a fun one to watch yesterday. And as you know, Loughborough, whether it's Charnwood, whether it's the Leicester Riders, it's a fantastic program they've got there. They're going to be well drilled. They're going to be well prepared. So it's going to be an interesting game today. Harrison Gamble for the Leicester Riders coming off a 34-point performance from their match yesterday. So he's going to be one to watch out. A nice stretch for just stepping onto the court now, number 12. And we've got Dwayne Norija, who started yesterday as well, London product.
Shout out to London, man.
Spent some time over abroad in the States, and now he's back with us to finish off his university degree with Loughborough.
And let's see some of the other names. We got Jonas Dietrich, I think I said that right. Conroy Hayden, and rounding it off, Kyle Jimenez. Jimenez, see, I can do accents and everything. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Bring us on. We do camera work, live streaming, all of it.
It don't matter what it is, baby.
Okay, so we may just have a second here for everyone to take the knee.
So again, to watch out for today, as every match, you've got to watch out for Silla. I mean, he had 28 points and 90 rebounds in one half yesterday. He didn't even play the second half.
And the funny thing was, I thought Essex, of all the teams, did the best job on him. They were doubling in the post. When he got it early on, he was missing one or two shots. But once again, he keeps playing. He keeps going through. Crazy stat line. And I think he was even nursing a bit of an injury. So, you know, I think keeping him quiet is the key to this. And obviously, you need to keep your eye on Taylor Johnson, who yesterday didn't have maybe his normal game, but his normal game 70% from the field, making 35. That don't sound too normal, unless that was you in your heyday, Jules.
Nah, not me. So yeah, Taylor Johnson, he had 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and come on, that's a fair stat line. And even though that's like, we felt that he underperformed himself considering what he's used to doing.
Man, he's setting the bar kind of high out here. Obviously, I thought Champion had a very decent game yesterday. And also, Kai Williams, he may have not showed up on the score sheet, but he's doing a lot of veteran marshalling at the back. So we get into business now with the Loughborough Riders, looking down low into Conroy Hayden, swings it back out to Gamble, out to Dietrich. Good rebound in there.
And one, that's a great start. Good energy from the Loughborough Riders, crashing the boards. We've got Dwayne Norija with the basket, about to score. Shoot the bonus point coming up.
And you like to see that. You like to see them going to the offensive boards early. And there's another offensive rebound, and it looks like Thames Valley have come out a little slow as Dietrich puts up another one, and he's their leading scorer, so obviously that must be his shot. Let's see what Thames Valley got on their first possession as Freckleton brings it down, looking to Williams. Looking for... And I can see Johnson coming off the double screen, looking to get open, swings it to Williams. Great open shot, just short. Another rebound by Orija as they look to push it into the hands of Dietrich. Didn't quite make the play. It seemed to be a bit of a different setup on that first offense. I saw Kai Williams setting it up and then Freckleton actually getting into the play. So maybe Thames Valley are throwing a few new looks to us.
Yeah, they thrive on that high, the 4 high set. So it's nice to see something different.
Definitely, as Gamble looks back. Here we go, Jimenez coming off a high pick. Out to Jonas Dietrich. Good dump down to Hayden.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. That's Hayden with the big slam on the inside. These guys mean business, up 4-0 early. Johnson with the ball. Draws the foul.
So yeah, quick, we just got a foul there, and I think Loughborough have come here to play today. As it goes out to Freckleton, running around the top. Johnson looking to come off the high double screen. Bit low. Looking to see him find something. Double pumps, gets his own rebound, put back in, no good. And a rebound by Hayden. So Loughborough really doing a good job here, controlling the boards on both ends of the floor. Oh, that was a good look there but just a bit too early from him. As they push down to Kai Williams. Back to Freckleton. Nice little, tried to just step through. And he drew the foul.
Could this be another slow start for the the Cavaliers? They started slow yesterday, so it might be a trend setting for this weekend in terms of just getting on the same page, getting the act together and getting in the flow of this game.
And I think like they saw yesterday in the Essex game, they come out with a lot of energy, but it's can you sustain that energy going forward? And this is what the coach has to do. As Freckleton looked to get a nice easy 2 in the middle.
Good play, got into the paint, adjusted the shot, and with the concentration, he knocked it down.
Let's see what Loughborough can do here, if they can keep going with their leaders. Gamble look to try and create something. Jimenez looking for a little bit of penetration. Had Hayden inside, drives the middle, puts it up just short. But Orija with another rebound. Oh, I thought that touched something. I thought there would have been a reset, but obviously not. As Thames Valley, and we saw that yesterday, Jules, there were quite a few 24-second clock violations. So Thames Valley are committing on the defensive end, and that's all must be make Coach Banks happy.
Definitely, and I mean, to get so many 24-second shot clocks shows their concentration on the inside, and that's too easy for Silla. A nice easy touch for him in the paint on the block, turn around and score for him.
And as we saw yesterday, every time he got it in the block, they sent a man over to him. They sent, I think Ethan Price was there yesterday, and that gave him a little bit of trouble. But if you one-on-one with him down there, it's going to be a long night.
I think you need to go at him on the defensive end as well. Maybe, you know, try to make him work and play, draw a couple fouls on him possibly to try to, you know, equal up the playing field.
Definitely, we have seen him get into foul trouble, so that would be a play I'll do early on, and I think the coach needs to look at that and try and get an option as Thames Valley go back into their 4 high. Champion coming off the swing, Freckleton. Wide open down low, Taylor Johnson. Great offensive set, and they just had the patience to wait for the right shot, and that's where a lot of teams come undone against Thames Valley. After they get a couple easy shots, they come down and try and get it too early. Let's see if Loughborough can come back and get something decent on the offensive end.
So again, we've got 2 teams here running good sets, good structure, very well coached. It's going to be an interesting one today.
Definitely, and I see Jimenez has been looking for a lot of nice passes inside, but we've seen too often that those inside thread passes, Thames Valley are very active with their hands. They normally get a hand to that. So I think, you know, they need to look at some other option to get better looks. As Freckleton brings it down, set up, guarded by Orija. Champion looking to try and create something. Great pass backdoor.
Amazing slip by Silla, just read the play. He was eye contact there, that's all that was, and that created the score.
And I honestly see Champion sometimes goes unnoticed out here, but I thought he had an excellent game yesterday, and to have him as, you know, a third, even a fourth option, you know, you got a wealth of riches there when that's your fourth option, because he could be the starting or number one option on a lot of teams.
Gamble opens up his account on the other end. They're going to need him to score and have a great game today. Again, it's too much on the inside. Silla having his way with Gamble in the post. They're going to need to adjust and adjust quickly. That's 4 points for him, and you know that what can happen very quickly with a quality player like Silla.
I think, like you said, they need to come and run a double at him, because Silla's just too smart, he's too balanced, he's got two smooth moves. One-on-one, normally it's a bucket, and that shows in his shooting percentage.
And the coach has got them, you know, picking up full court, and this is a deep team. They played, I think, 11 players yesterday and played good minutes for each of these players, so they can afford to play like that, and that could play into their hands later on in the game in terms of keeping up that energy and that intensity.
Definitely, and I think that's a coach really has to come in with a game plan to try and wear out Thames Valley, because you can't play chess against them. These guys are too smart, they're too experienced. You have to sometimes try and turn it into a game of British Bulldog. I don't know how that analogy came, but you know how that was back in the day on the playground.
Something interesting just that we picked up is that Loughborough scoring relatively easy. We haven't seen that in this gym too often. You know, they're getting the scores when they need it. They're running their sets, finding the open man.
And that's it. So as long as they can come through this first quarter, 10-all at the moment, keep it nice and comfortable, maybe even come out with a lead.
Definitely in a good rhythm, knocking down shots.
Obviously, we have to go to our live chat people early doors. Quick shout out here, Bad Boy 5000. Julius, is there going to be an under 12 ball out? Oh yeah, we'll be getting on to ball out, don't you worry. Fans out there who've been tuning in for that.
So regarding that, we'll address that at halftime. How about that?
That works for me. Or in a timeout. But anyway, just came down, long shot missed by Johnson. And Thames Valley look to get into their offense. Loughborough done a great job so far, and they seem to have got into a smooth rhythm as well. So it's not like defensively they're talking. Great job inside by Hayden and doubling over, but once again down to that man Silla.
Good rebound on the inside and a good presence, which is going to be needed. Lucky to get that pass through to Gamble, swings it through.
Once again, only 10 seconds left on the clock, and Thames Valley are coming out, trapping out the inside, and Jimenez, he's willing to make a wild pass if he gets a chance. Gamble had to put that up. Oh, not too far off, but Thames Valley with the rebound, and let's see if they can come and try and create something as Freckleton pushes it down the middle. Nice, patiently getting into their set. Freckleton tries to run it, draws another foul. And there, once again, they ran it down to within 1 second on the clock. And Thames Valley, if you don't get into something early, they start throwing doubles at you, and now you're scrambling. And if you're not ready to take a shot, and we see that every week, we saw it with Nottingham, the players have to be ready to take the shot, especially later on in the shot clock. As I think on Thames Valley's side, they're always quite purposeful with who's getting the shot on each offense. Therefore, they're not left scrambling, you know, with those last second options. As Freckleton converts on the first.
So we've got Natifo and Balax checked in the game for the Loughborough Riders, and
as they tie it up. Dietrich looking to create something off it. Over to Tifo and straight in the game with a three. Good substitution, coach. You like to see him come off with confidence and bang one down. That's going to help them by stretching it out. As Champion looked the Euro inside, nice little floater.
It'd be nice to see him being a little bit more aggressive this game. I think they're going to need him too, as close as this one is so far.
And that's the thing, and I think, to be honest, to his credit, he doesn't mind taking that seat, but he always comes up with a big basket when he needs it. And as you said, he was early on in the Lynch Trophy, he made that three-pointer at the buzzer. So, you know, having that as an option is really great for Coach Banks. But here comes in Charles Aqua-Davis, who I thought was excellent yesterday. And I think he adds an extra angle to the team, along with Hehetro, who's also in, another one of our guys. So they're looking to, let's see if they can carry on the great form they had yesterday.
So Hehetro coming off 17 points in 17 minutes yesterday. Very good quality player. Nice into a pass, overcooked by Silla. Rebound to Loughborough Riders, they're on the attack.
Great pass there, but just a little bit too much. As Hehetro looking to match up, swung back to DJ, who is not scared to shoot it. He's obviously a shooter, because if he gets an inch, he's putting it up.
And that's a great pass, cross-court pass. He drew the double team as well, found the open man, great play.
As Freckleton with a short I just like the way Freckleton seemed to play this game at his own speed. So controlled, so composed, always looking for the right play. Let's see what he does here after I've just given him some light on the mic. Coming off the screen, looking down to, that's pretty good play, but well defended by Gamble. That's it, he didn't let him get the front side of him, he just stayed in front of him, made him have to shoot over the top. So let's see what Loughborough can do now on the move as Jimenez tries a little bit of a... Jimenez seems to be doing a little bit of that Rookie Rubio type game out there, some crazy passes. It's good to see a little bit of action as Johnson come back down, trying to find something.
Left him open for the free. They're lucky to get escape with that one. That is a high percentage shot for Johnson. And we're starting to see Thames Valley speeding up the Riders in terms of taking shots outside their comfort zone. Like that turnaround shot there, not necessarily within a structured play and not necessarily high percentage.
As Dietrich looked to create something just off his feet. Great pass out. Let's see if Aqua-Davis can try and make that dunk up. Yesterday he tried to do a reverse on the break and I showed him some love, but I love what he brings to this team. He sort of, we've got great guards and great big men. He plays the middle of that, so he's an excellent fit who can be subbed in any time with any set of players. A real good option to have, and he comes out and plays hard every game. Great job there by Aqua-Davis.
100%. You'd never see him moaning or complaining. He just gets on with what he needs to do. He plays as hard as he can, and that's the kind of player you want, especially coming off the bench. Never see him complain about the minutes as well. I mean, that's perfect. That's ideal.
Ideal. And he comes out fearless. He ain't coming out getting ready to get into the flow. If he's open, he's shooting. Yesterday he did a baseline dunk, so he's a great option to have. And I think, you know, you're going to start seeing him featuring more and more earlier and earlier.
A lot of dribbling by Jimenez with a scoop, overcooked the layup. Silla on transition, adjusts, and he's going to score from there like 10 out of 10 times. Again, great start for Silla. He's up to 8 points in the first quarter, his usual stellar play. And but the game, it's only a 2-point game, so it's much credit to the Loughborough Riders so far in putting on a great quarter of basketball.
Definitely, and I mean, I think the coach would have been a little bit upset there because they could have gone in with the lead, especially having the ball up 18-16, but they let two little easy scores. A little bit of a miss-up on the offensive end, not getting a great shot up. And I think that's where Jimenez, I like the way he creates and tried to open up opportunities for people, but he's a little bit out of control at the moment. But, you know, at the same time, you need to be aggressive. So 2018, I think they'll be relatively happy with that. But once again, it's can you sustain the second quarter knockdown? Thames Valley always seem to make adjustments and come out in that second quarter with a plan. Maybe they pick up the intensity a little bit. They try to push it a little bit. Loughborough need to still handle that and not start getting rushed into taking early shots, as you pointed out, the last few sets down. While we have time, we just have to shout out here at UpStreamedia. We've got new people on the camera. You know, Upstream once again supporting the youth. Savannah on the camera, doing her thing. It's just amazing the opportunities these youngsters get nowadays. You know what I mean, Jules?
I mean, I wish I could use a camera back in the day, but they wouldn't let me nowhere near one.
Well, I was on the camera yesterday and I did an abysmal job. So obviously they fired me, got someone new in with a little bit more experience, a little bit better, and I don't blame them. Good job down there. Okay, so second quarter. Now they're coming out with, we got Taylor Johnson, Charles Aqua-Davis, Hehetro, Silla, and Freckleton. This is a lineup I think in the last few games have been some of the better players. This is a very dangerous lineup because inside they're strong, guard play they're strong, and then they've obviously got Aqua-Davis who gives them an extra thing on the break. I think Loughborough have to be ready for them to maybe take this game a little bit more up-tempo.
And Thames Valley Cavaliers taking this game really serious, having a very short rotation so far in terms of the players that have been used.
Well, this is a chance for silverware, and we pointed this out a few weeks ago as Freckleton looked to try and extend the lead.
They actually kept Silla off the offensive rebounds, which is an interesting play right there, and it's a great play. Great look on the inside, big offensive rebound. These guys are quite hungry trying to get the ball, and that's what it's going to take. They got to crash the ball, show that energy, continuous and consistently.
Definitely, and he's been doing a great job there, battling in Tufo. Morel's just checked in too, took that first three, so they come in, they don't come in tentative, they come in ready to play. They feel they're in a game here, and as we said a few weeks ago when they were playing against Nottingham, this isn't a league game, this is a trophy game. Anything can happen, and you got a chance for some silverware, so come out, give it your all. Loughborough doing a great job so far.
Short on the first one.
Live chat going a bit quiet today. What is it, Sunday? You're chilling at home watching Colombo. Come, get on the live chat. We've seen Sasha, I'm not going to say the last name, Sasha checking in. Let's go ride and shout me out. We're showing you some love, Sasha. Keep giving us something on the live chat.
So again, we're seeing that Loughborough Riders well trained and an excellent program. A 1-2-2 press caused a little bit of problems in terms of getting the ball down the court,
and they tied up. Great job coming over to help on the big man as Hehetro couldn't find a way out, and now they're looking to try and get something down with Tufo. Looking for the drive. That's Bilak.
So that's some great ball movement. The ball's moving from side to side, looking and probing, and that's what it's going to take to break down this Thames Valley Cavaliers defense.
And that's what you say, Loughborough, Leicester, one of the great programs here in the UK. And a lot of these players may have come through the system, so they kind of know what the philosophy is, therefore they can run it. That's why they're finding passes out of these offenses. As you said, they've come back, switched to a zone. How will Thames Valley react? As Johnson looked for a floater, no good, but Aqua-Davis with the pickup gets it right back for a wide open foot set shot, short again, and I know Taylor's not happy about that.
So that's the amazing strategy. When you throw different things at a team, it just can disrupt them. They're not getting the normal looks, they're not in the same rhythm, and it can cause some problems. And we've seen some teams come in here, play a man for 40 minutes and get dealt with by 30-40 points. It's like, why don't you try something different? And we're seeing this today.
Definitely, and I think to be honest, I think Thames Valley play better against the man because there's so many individual skills. They know how to move off the ball, they know how to create, but in a zone set there's a lot less movement for them, and sometimes they're just searching for a look. So I think definitely switching it up. Great call there by the coach.
And we're seeing that urgency on Silla. I mean, the coach has obviously identified he's been a problem already, and they are paying a lot of attention to him.
And I think with a team like Thames Valley, because there's so many guys who can put the ball up and put it on, when you get into blowouts, everybody knows they're getting theirs. But when it's tight, now you sometimes get in a position like who's taking the shot, and you start deferring a bit too much because there's no one guy who you say this is the guy who could take a shot, because there's 4 or 5 guys out there who can take the big shot. So I think if Loughborough can keep them, as Dietrich just drives with a great baseline and one, if they can keep them like this, I think they're going to be a little more tentative, more anxious.
We're in for a match today. The Cavaliers searching for answers, I would say, in terms of how to deal with this 1-2-2 press, where the scoring's going to come from, what plays to run against this 1-2-2 press. They've been relatively unchallenged for these last few weeks, so this is going to be an interesting one to see how this develops.
And I think we saw the first time yesterday some of the keys to taking on this Thames Valley team. You need guards who are willing to mix it up and really commit on the defensive end, and then on the inside you have to come and challenge and you have to be willing to move, and they've been doing that. As I said, this 1-2-2 is looking really slowing them down a little bit.
And I think that's what the whole point of it is. Just take some time off the shot clock. We're already down to 14 seconds. They haven't really got into anything yet. And if they can continue to do that, then it's going to be a problem. Again, they couldn't get the ball into
Tap away by
Silla.
Gamble. Great defense on Silla. He's really picked it up. As Jimenez with a big shot. And this... Are we going to see a timeout anytime soon, or are they going to let them play it out? What do you think, Jules?
I think that timeout's got to be coming soon. They're searching for answers. I mean, throwing in the ball into Silla's not working. They're not getting the looks they need. So, yeah, they've got to make some adjustments, I would say.
As a Hetro trying to get a shot, no good, and Loughborough looking to extend it even more.
Back
As
on
he
the
swings
attack.
it down. He's willing to shoot it. I like him. You can tell this guy's a scorer. As Freckleton looked to try and stem the tide a little bit. And let's see, a couple last times he's been getting into the middle and drawing a foul, but they're looking for that man Silla again. As once again, triple team down low. And somebody's going to have to knock down the outside shot, especially with Johnson off the bench. Hehetro short, no good.
And I think they'll give him that shot right there rather than let Silla catch the ball and deepen the block. Great pump fake. And he knocks it down. These guys are looking real comfortable as Coach Banks calls a timeout. What do you think it is time to discuss over there?
Definitely. I mean, the switch to the zone really had Thames Valley thinking. And it coincided with Johnson going to the bench. So you've got one less shooter on the outside. And obviously, you know, with the zone, if you can't get penetration into it and you don't have shooters, you're going to have hard to find shots. And they're swinging it down to Silla, but the double or triple team comes. And when it gets kicked back out, guys aren't ready to shoot it. So I think that's a great call. And on the other end of the floor, we just saw there Morel, who shot 3 times in a row from that spot. So he's obviously confident. He obviously knows he can make it. And the last one he did. So Thames Valley need to get it together a little bit here.
So I've noticed a lot is coming from that corner over there. So it is a design play on their secondary break. Hit that ball in the corner. We've had the layup for the and one score. We've had a few 3-point makes from that corner as well. So a lot of adjustments that need to be made by the Cavaliers. I mean, maybe they need to throw their own type press or zone just to switch it up and, you know, ruffle the riders' feathers a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, and this is the time to count. And as you said, if you're used to just being in blowouts, it's games like this. How do you go about playing it? If players who may have been, you know, understandably a little bit tired from yesterday come back today, also, will you have the confidence to put in some of the other guys? Will I see Josh Smith, who I think been playing excellently lately, Mo Aiden, give them a few minutes. Maybe it'll change the dynamic of the game a little bit. You know what I mean? As they come back out with a quiet, okay, so Kai Williams is back out, so there's a little bit of extra shooting, and Champion's back on the floor. Let's see what they planned against this set.
And Coach Banks he's recognised, you know, they're paying so much attention to Silla, you know, just to pull him out and rotate a little bit in terms of his personnel.
As Aqua Davis with this is what I'm talking about. He does so many important things for them. But if you saw Leicester there, they started in a 1-2-1, 1-2-2, but they went back into a man, just trying to throw them off on the plan. But Aqua Davis comes out with a big shot. As Morel, same place again. Nice little, had his feet set, no good, but foul by Hehetro.
Very savvy player. He's used that pump fake, he's used that one dribble pull up, he's used that drive. Great skill set that we're seeing from him so far today.
Definitely, and this is it. They've come out here to play. They're not worried about records. They're not worried about what happened in the last game. Let's play today, and I think they've all done a great job. Every man out there's done a great job defensively as Johnson checks back in. For Aqua Davis coming out, and there, no, see, Coach Banks heard us too. Leave him on.
100%, and I think, you know, not panic stations, but Tyler Johnson needs to be out there for, you know, it's a cup game. He needs to be out there. He's going to play extended minutes today, I would imagine.
And now we have 5 guys who can shoot it from outside. So let's see if Loughborough switch up their defense a little bit. As Gamble with it, here's a nice one. And like you said, that corner seemed to be easy pickings.
And that was way too easy. It was just one set screen. They could have switched it. They could have communicated on it. It comes off easily and knocks it down. And for someone that had 34 points last night, getting those open looks is going to be a recipe for disaster for the Cavaliers.
As Aqua Davis looked to shoot another one, just short, but Freckleton gets the rebound. And I think we underestimate how many second chance points Thames Valley got, and they've been restricted those today as Champion once again comes up with a big play when needed.
And I mean, he can do that regularly, and we don't see it. Like you said, he takes a back seat to these guys, showing that leadership, but he's capable of a lot more.
And yeah, look. What's down there?
Belek with the free from the corner.
He's been good since he got in. As Champion looked to shoot another one, just short. He looked like he got a foul on that, but no good. Oh, good hustle there. Great hustle by Jimenez, but didn't quite save it.
So these guys are leaving it all out on the floor, all working hard, rotating guys in. Anyone that's in is working hard, and they're pulling their own weight for these Loughborough Riders guys, matching them all the way through, up 9 points, halfway through the second half. It's shaping up to be a very interesting...
This is the kind of games we want to call. You know, let's see how Thames Valley can adapt to that. As Johnson being paid a lot of attention to by all the players. Great defensive set. As Freckleton trying to force something up. Tough shot.
Tough shot. Great defense by the Loughborough Riders. Better offense, as you would say.
You know, for me, as a strong double comes over on Gamble, they swing it. You know he's putting it up. No doubt. Gamble stays with it, hustles. Great rebound. Great putback.
I think we're going to see Silla come back very shortly. I mean, offensive rebounds like that, and here he comes.
Jules, you ever thought about taking up coaching? Because you seem to be making some of the right calls out here. As Champion gets a wide open look. Not sure, but Freckleton with the rebound putback.
Fair play to Freckleton. He's had quite a number of offensive rebounds. He's doing, and he is putting up a huge fight today, and he's everywhere.
I mean, you always hear me talking about Silla, and we do because it's granted, along with Taylor Johnson. But for me, Freckleton is the heart and soul of this team. He comes up with so many plays at the right time. He sets the tempo. He sets the kind of style of play they want, and he's such an important factor on this team. As we saw there, coming up with 2 big buckets the last 2 times down. As Champion looking to create. Swings it out. Over to Johnson. Feet set. It's good.
Riders with a timeout. I would have thought that they are having their way. I mean, I know it's a 6-point game, but I would think the flow's going their way and the rhythms in their way, and they're kind of dictating the pace of this game. So I think a timeout's kind of going to give Coach Banks a little bit more time to, you know, figure out what these guys need to do.
I hear that, and maybe the coach has seen something with the new sets out there that he just wants to adjust with. But like you said, I think the problem you have with Thames Valley is once Johnson starts warming up, once they get warm, it can go very quickly. So maybe he's just getting them aware of that. Listen, let's redouble. Let's get more concerned on our defense. Let's not lax, because the second they lax, you can see this game going any direction. And once again, I have to shout out to the camera woman, Savannah, doing an amazing job. We got all the talent up here at UpStreamedia.
Like, we do it big over here. I mean, what can we say? What's the live chat saying?
Live chat's a little bit quiet today, man. Guys are chilling on a Sunday. But obviously, Bad Boy 5000, who's my guy, Daniel, great player, by the way, coming up. You know what I mean? You're going to see him. Young guy, but he's the future point guard for the UK. He's tuning in, so we love to see that. David Che up in there. You know, no one talking greasy about us, Jules, you'll be happy to know, but it's still early. So
it's still early.
Yo, Rusty Johnson with the check-in. Shout out to Taylor from Texas. We're thinking, could that be a relative? He's checked in before, Rusty Johnson. And so far, I'd say, who's been the standout players for you from the Loughborough side?
So Dimitrov he's been amazing. He's very offensive, hitting down a number of shots, very comfortable. Gamble's starting to find his own, scoring at will. Very good touch around the basket as well. Another amazing set play as they're moving the ball. Deep in the shot clock. Nice handoff.
Yeah, and I think Jimenez is really running the show well. And they're really good in their sets. They set proper screens, unlike some teams we've seen coming here. Therefore, they're getting good looks. And once again, great box out by Jimenez on Silla to keep him off the board. That's normally where he gets his little putbacks.
And another good challenge on Freckleton's shot right there as it came up short.
as coach is really putting a lot of effort from the sideline. That's great to see as Jimenez looking to find something, swings it down low to Tufo, just short. Silla get the rebound. Thames Valley need to get a basket here, to be honest with you, because the way Loughborough are going, this could stretch out before halftime, and then they'll be in for a real game.
And I mean, defensively, they're putting up a struggle. Nothing's coming easy for them, apart from Freckleton, who is having a great half of basketball.
Once again, he's been keeping them in there this quarter, and he does it so often, but because he's so unassuming with it, you don't notice. But, you know, great player. I think they're doing a great job on Taylor Johnson. And, you know, he's got his hands full too on Dietrich, as you said.
Great hustle play by Johnson, diving on the floor. The ball will go back to the Riders.
You know, we don't normally say this, but it looks like at the moment, Taylor Johnson's actually being outplayed by Dietrich in his position. And he's not used to that. So Dietrich's coming in, done a great job, and it's good to see. But as you said, you can't give him even 5 minutes, and next thing you know, he's on 40. But Dietrich today's come to play, and he's having the better of that matchup offensively and defensively.
Yep, so Dietrich's on 12 points, shooting 5 for 8 from the 2 and 4 for 6 from the 3. So that's a great stat line for the first half. We've got Gamble on 10 points, shooting 5 for 7 from the 2, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, and a couple rebounds to go along with that. So those two are leading the way for the Riders.
And I just saw Taylor Johnson had to even also wipe the floor with the towel. Ever since you started going at the towel guy, we don't have anyone to do it anymore. What's that about?
Wow.
That GoFundMe page was a waste of time, I tell you. All right, as Freckleton come down, looking to create something. Matched up on Gamble. They're looking back down to Silla to see if they can get something as he rolled inside and one. Double team came a little bit late on that one.
Definitely. I thought it was going to come a little bit earlier. I saw Dietrich was eyeing it up. He was underneath the hoop. He just didn't come across in time. And Silla with the score. That's going to put him up to 10 points, but potentially 11 if he makes this free throw.
And this is the thing, it's the consistency. You can play well defensively, but you need to keep going, because Silla's going to keep coming, Johnson's going to keep coming, Champion's going to keep coming. They're all going to keep. So you can't just do it for a quarter or a 5-minute stretch. You need to keep it going throughout the game. And that's where the coach's rotations have to be sharp. As Gamble looked to create something down low, fade away, nice shot.
So Gamble just got to his spot, got right where he wanted to, turn around, fade away, created his open space, knocked it down. That's a tough shot and unguardable.
Good defense by Bielak, putting his body there, and Gamble with another rebound. As Jimenez looking to create something, swings it to Dietrich, back up to the top. Taking his time, trying to find the right option. As Gamble's looking to create something back out, and he's not going to force it. He's going to get a shot, spins in, fade away. Beautiful shot.
Tough shot, tough shot. These guys are comfortable and they're here to play. They're up by 7, 40 seconds left in the second half. Lewis to the basket, great take on that left hand of his.
But I noticed that Thames Valley haven't been getting into their sets anymore. Now everybody's trying to create, and I think that's what you need to get them with, because once you get down to third, fourth quarter, if they're in the same position, everyone's going to try and do it themselves, and that's a lot easier to guard than the sets where they get wide open shots.
Definitely, they're just not comfortable. They've, lost their composure a little bit. Big shot,
Jimenez
from Jimenez.
As Champion come down 4, 3, 2, pulls that. Look just short. Johnson gets a follow up. Oh, I thought that was good. It was online. It was online, but great first half of basketball by the Loughborough Riders. They've come in here and they've done what they came to do, and I think the coach will be very, very happy with that.
So Loughborough Riders are 5-9 on the season, but this team that we're seeing today is not a 5-9 team. They are definitely here to play. They know what's at stake in terms of this Lynch Trophy in the semi-final, and they're leaving it all out there. Great strategy by the coach, great intensity as well.
And funnily enough, I saw their record, and the wins they've got are against the lower half teams of the league. So I thought, what kind of team we're going to come here and see? And to be honest, they've come, their game plan I think has been really good. Their guards, Jimenez, Dietrich, Bielak, I know we're getting that wrong, but it's standard, all right, have come out here, done a great. Harrison Gamble, been excellent. You know, and as you said, he played BBL before, so he knows what he's doing. He's come out here, he's been excellent. And to be honest with you, they've been the better team. And it's not like it looks like they're doing it off lucky shots. They're doing it off good sets, good movement of the ball. So Loughborough looking good for the second half. Yes, half-time show still, Jules. Now we can get into our things. You know what I mean? we done the professional bit. Now let's get unprofessional. So I need a thorough information about the ball-out tournament this summer, because we dying for some basketball out here.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while for, I mean, obviously D1 and BBL get to play. Everyone else is struggling. And it's about shooting in the courts. And, you know, it's February outside as well. It's tough out there. Yeah, so, you know, as it's starting to warm up, you know, it's that summertime coming and it's time for that ball out. You know how we get down.
You know that. So definitely, I know all you youngsters out there tuning in. My man Bad Boy 5000, Daniel, he was asking already. This summer, the kids need the competition. And I know you're doing it bigger than you've done it ever this summer, ain't you?
Yeah, so it's a huge one. I mean, working with Basketball England, we've got events up and down the country, and it's coming to somewhere near you. We're over at Essex, we're over at Newcastle, Leicester, so shout out Loughborough Riders, anybody watching and that's playing, we're coming to you, we're coming to your arena. We're coming over to Birmingham as well, Manchester.
Damn, what?
We all over the place.
Nationwide tour, so make sure you sign up. I don't know when the sign-ups are going to be going, but keep in touch, keep tuned in here, tune into ballout.co.uk, so you know, get yourself signed up, because this summer we need to get some basketball going.
Definitely. So the next step, we've announced the city, so we're going to announce the dates pretty soon, and then shortly after that we're going to open up registration. But we've just been a little bit tentative, because with all this COVID going on, we don't want to open it up and get everyone's hopes up and then have to pull it. So been a little bit tentative, make sure we got the right flow, and we're heading in the right direction this summer to have a great summer.
Definitely, and that's the thing, you have to plan for the best, but plan for the worst, but hope for the best. And in this case, it's like hopefully everything will run smoothly. So just keep in touch, make sure you're signed up on the social media, make sure you get all the information as it comes, and when you're ready to go. But right now we're back here at this game, and Loughborough, this was the game we thought yesterday, man, Essex, this is a tight game. We wish we could be on the mic, and we here chilling. But today, we may have even got a better one.
Yeah, we have got a better one today. I mean, this is the first time this season that we've seen the Cavaliers down at the half and in a fight, really. I mean, in every game we've kind of seen it from the first 15 minutes of the game. This is pretty much going to be Cavaliers. They're looking real confident and really comfortable, but they're not comfortable out here, and the confidence is maybe shaky a tiny bit. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Definitely, and we've been in games where we say, he's not shooting very well. We're getting good shots. We're missing easy bunnies. This ain't the case today. The shots they're making are tough shots. I mean, we've seen Freckleton make 3 really tough shots, but they were essential shots. This could have been a 15-point game had he not. So Loughborough have definitely done the right thing to keep Thames Valley out of their comfort zone. And once again, we haven't seen Thames Valley are normally quite a methodical team who get into sets, and then at the end of it, maybe Johnson or the other individual players make something happen. But today, the last few minutes down, they've been coming and just trying to create on their own. And that kind of, I think, will fall into Loughborough's plan, because Loughborough, as much as they've been great individual performances, they're playing really well as a team.
So, couple words for you. Pressure, composure.
Church. I mean, this is the thing. And I mean, I'll say one thing that Thames Valley have is composure, because they have players who've been there, they've done it, they know what they're doing. I think Thames Valley's strength here also is a problem for them, because once again, it's like when LeBron went to the Miami Heat, who shoots the ball? Because you just don't, when it comes down the stretch, who's going to do what? When the pressure's on, where do you go to? And, that's when all the players who probably have been in positions where they're the man who does that, how does it work together? That's where we come out of the offenses. When you're winning by 20, 30, it's easy. But when it's tight and you're in a game where you're supposed to win it, because you came in here thinking that, and I know the Loughborough coach is going to say that. So can they maintain? Can they keep that pressure on them, which is important, as you pointed out?
100%. And as you know, from watching and commentating so many games, if this score gets close and then Tigers and then the Cavaliers, get that 1 or 2 point lead from being behind, they're going to be front runners, and they're just going to run away with it. That's my prediction anyway, and that's what they have tended to do. They did that yesterday as well. As, they were down a bit. As soon as they got ahead, stretched it out. Next thing you know, it's a 20-point game. And with this team and the quality of this team, a couple points to 20 points can in a blink of an eye.
Exactly. And I think what works in Loughborough's favour today is they have a strong guard in Jimenez who feels comfortable on the ball. And also guys like Gamble, who's a big player, but he can come outside. And I think what happened in some of the other games is when Thames Valley pick up the pressure, they start getting a bit erratic. But here, if the guard can control it and keep his head, and we've seen, even if he's under pressure, he can get in the middle and find something. They need to keep with their sets. They need to keep taking time on their offense to get a good shot every time down. And if they do that and keep playing hard on defense, I think the Thames Valley may be in a little bit of trouble here today.
100%. And another stat for you, Thames Valley shooting 25% from the three-point line and 45% from the inside. And the Riders shooting 50% on 5 for 10 shooting from the three-point line and 60% from the inside. So that's kind of a flip of what we usually like to see. I mean, normally we'd see the Cavaliers shooting some outrageous percentages.
But you knocked it right on his head a couple times, once with Morrell and once with Harrison Gamble. They get to their spots where they're comfortable and take their shots. We've seen too many times guys coming out here trying to make 360-degree through the leg shots. You ain't making that. But these guys are getting the shots they want, and they're not trying to rush it. And at the end of the shot clock, Jimenez seemed to be able to create, either find his own shot or find someone else. So, yeah, I think this team is the best team yet I've seen set at the halftime that could go on for a win. But as you said, Thames Valley, you let the genie out the bottle, woo, it can get ugly. So let's see what they do.
And also, again, we're looking at the second day of a back-to-back. Will that play a factor? We don't know. We'll see how that plays out too. Very limited rotation for Thames Valley Cavaliers as well. So a lot of guys playing heavy minutes over this weekend.
It's true, and that is a big factor. And as we go back to the live chat, obviously, we're showing love there. Greg Wild checked in to just, as they do, they correct us on the pronunciation. We're trying to be professional, so we like that. Belak, that's the name. He may be wrong, we don't know. They may be setting us up to say the wrong name.
I think I said Belak.
Man, stop trying to... We know what we're chatting about. Okay, Karen Bridges, once again, big hello to Liam Johnson and Joe from the Loughborough side. We're willing to do shout-outs, not a problem. We're here for that. So, yeah, great. Yeah, he said Belak. I said it wrong. So, thanks a lot for the shout-out. Appreciate it. Keep coming back with more. And once again, it still seems quite... Thames Valley still seems quite lethargic. And this is where I think sometimes in these games, putting some of the guys... So far, we haven't seen anything from Mo Aiden or Gonkoi, Gums and Williams or Smith. But I think sometimes throwing those guys out there for a bit is good. Also for the starters, just to say, listen, they could come out here, start doing a job. Next thing you know, we've seen it happen before. So, everybody has to keep that urgency, keep that energy going. But head coach Mark Jarram done a great job, I think, so far with the team, and he's still in the locker room now, so he's obviously strategizing what to do in the second half. Maybe see a bit more of that zone. Yeah,
and I mean, as I've said and as I've preached, a great coach, he's got strategy, and he's had a strategy, and he's known what he wants to do on Silla to try to limit his touches and slow him down. Hasn't worked great. He's still got his 12 points, but he's had to fight for those 12 points, and it's been a tougher 12 points to make as well. Freckleton as well on 12 points. He's had a great half of basketball. They're going to need him this third quarter and this fourth quarter going into it as well. And for the Riders, we've had some great guys coming. I mean, they've used 11 guys already playing minutes in that last half, and so they're going to be pretty fresh.
And the thing we saw is, even though they used 11 guys, you didn't see any drops or changes in how they played and the way they played. So that shows that they're really well trained, and that the guys, every guy who came in with confidence. And that's great, because the coach has given them the confidence to come in, as obviously we're getting the stats flown into us straight from FIBA. Let's see what they're saying. We had them, but we're getting another set, so we're not trying to pop our collar here. We're just doing
showing our importance that they need to get us those stats.
Oh, there's money on the game. Good luck with that. I'll take up some of that action. So yeah, as you said, you've already given the stats. But I think the thing that stand out to me is 41% from the field. We've seen games where they're shooting 68%, 70%. So they're not getting the easy baskets, and that's those second chance shots we always talk about, easy layups. Loughborough have to continue doing that. At the three-point line, okay, they're challenging shots. There are a few open shots that have been missed, but in general, they haven't been given the easy bunnies we see week in, week out, where you can check the weather before you shoot it. So Loughborough coming out, they look ready to go. I think they've done a great half, and let's see if they can maintain it.
So if I'm Coach Banks, the one thing I'm going to talk to these guys about is the defense, because obviously, all right, things aren't clicking on the offensive end. Sometimes you have slow offensive games. It can't always be controlled, but you can control the effort on the defensive end. These riders have come into your building, they scored 47 points. We'll try to get those stats up to you, but I think 47 points is one of the highest halves away team has come into this building and scored. So it's got to be about the defensive end and making things a little bit more difficult for the riders. You know, they're going to keep coming at you, and you've got to keep trying to stop them.
Exactly. I mean, we were here a couple of weeks ago. Team had about 20 points, and it was the third quarter. This 47 points in a half, and I think where Thames Valley have to show me, and this is a great test for them, it's can they have the discipline to play their game throughout this, or once they start getting down, the panic set in. And I think that will be what will show the difference when they match up with the Solents of this world, because they'll stick to systems, they'll stick discipline. You can get down. They have enough firepower to get back in games. You know, that's not the problem. The problem is, are they going to do it together? Because you know what happens. Once it's one shot, one pass, one shot, suddenly the defense lacks off. Other parts of the game which are important lack off. Guys say, listen, I'm not touching the ball, I'm not going for the offensive rebound. This is where Coach Banks really have to galvanize them. And this is where, for me, sometimes putting in a wild card in there just to juice up. Maybe we start Aqua Davis in the second half, see what he's doing with it. I think Hetro has to get back going. He's been important for them, and he's been a little bit quiet today. So let's see what they do, but as I said, it's always lucky they have enough firepower in their tank that they can, in a very short time, bring this back.
And again, with Hetro, it could be scouting. You know, they've given him a couple jumpers at the free throw line. He's missed both of them. That's might knock his confidence a little bit, and they have sacrificed that in order to stop Silla from getting those touches. So again, the strategy that the riders using, you know, let other guys beat you, possibly could be working.
Definitely. You know, they've been tuning into the streams, hearing our incisive commentary and little tips that we're saying, yeah, do it. They haven't been doing that. But at the end of the day, he's definitely seen what to do with Thames Valley. And I think in the last two games, we've seen that. Essex came in with a plan, Loughborough have come in with a definite plan, and the players have been disciplined enough to stick to it. And I think on the offensive end, because they've got that discipline, they're getting shots they can actually make, not these wild shots that we've been seeing. And if they can continue to do that, the pressure is going to be on Thames Valley, because it's easy to be the more talented team and just blow a team off the court. This now, they're going to have to be a lot more strategic. As Coach Depish is putting a plan together, let's see how they come out.
100% agreed. It's going to be this is a great test for these guys, and they need it. You know, if they're going to play against Solent, or, you know, if they get into the final, they're going to need a test, and you need to be tested throughout the season. It can't always just be easy wins after easy wins. This is going to be a true test of character, and we'll see how they start this third quarter.
But also part of it, you see Loughborough, all of them are engaged in the timeout. All of them are ready. You hear shouts coming from the bench. This team's come ready to play, and I think let's see how it goes as we come out again with Hayden, who didn't have a lot of time in the first half. I don't know if he's on fouls, I don't think so, but he's one of their main players, so he's back in, you know. Origia's back in, of course. Dietrich, who's had a great first half. Jimenez, who I think has been really good. And Gamble, obviously, who's been excellent. So Thames Valley picking it up a little bit more up the court as Champion tried to pressure, but this guard, I think he's a bit too quick and strong to get pressured that easily.
So the Cavaliers already talking, a lot more animated on defense, and that's what it's going to take.
As Jimenez looking to create, gets bumped, finds Dietrich, great pass out. Jimenez is finding some really tough angles on his passes. He's a great passer. Some of them have been dropped, but he's finding them out of the hardest angles. And Thames Valley now coming back with a bit more structure in what they're doing.
I think that analogy you made in terms of Ricky Rubio, you know, great vision, great passing, it's a good one.
As
Williams long on the 2.
No good. And you can see that Loughborough understand the sets that Thames Valley are running, and they're trying to make it a little bit difficult for them. And Jimenez, the problem they have, I saw last week, he takes the pressure easily. As I'm going out on a limb saying he's a Spanish guard here. I've got no background of that, but that's what I'm saying. And they know tough. They know how to use their body to draw fouls, and he's definitely doing that. So you can't pressure him too much because he seemed too under control, and that's going to help Loughborough throughout this stretch.
And this Loughborough team, they're looking very comfortable out here in terms of and dealing with the pressure the Cavaliers are putting on them in this first minute of this third quarter.
As they come to run a set, Jimenez looking to create something, throws it up, great tap in. Oh, I thought so.
Yeah, no basket. He hung onto the rim and tapped it. I'm not sure why he hung onto the rim, maybe just for timing. He jumped a little bit too early.
He was in the air for a while. If he hadn't hung on the rim, he would have tried to have broken the laws of gravity. So I think something had to happen here. Great camera work once again, captured by Savannah over there. You know, only the best up here. When we go to the NBA, Jules, we may need to bring her along with us.
I think so, I think so.
Anyway, swung back round. They were looking for Silla inside, but Gamble is doing a great job battling him. Let's see if Silla can get down low. Blocked, and it's out.
The length of Gamble on that, you know, very long arms, tall player, affecting Silla on that play.
And that's the thing, I think coaches just told him, listen, stand your ground, stay high. As definitely a push off there. Great draw on the foul there by Champion. Way to move his feet and put his body on the line. See?
So the Cavaliers, they need to focus on Jimenez, Ditris, and Gamble. Those are the 3 main players for them. And, you know, it looks like those guys, they're focusing on them and trying to limit their touches and make things very difficult for those guys.
Exactly. And they're their 3 leading scorers, along with, but as we said, we've got Conroy Hayden back in as well now, getting a few more minutes. And once again, they're picking up full court, they're keeping the pressure on, they're keeping this Thames Valley team thinking and having less time down to run the sets they want to do. As Thames Valley come into that 1-4, and look on this play here, sometimes double screen coming down for Freckleton. Has he got a look? 3-pointer, no good. And every time they come down and miss a shot, Loughborough should try to capitalize, and they haven't managed to do so far. But if they had scored the past few times, this would have been about a 12-point game. As Jimenez looked to create something, dips it down to Arija, just off his leg, and it goes back.
Just mishandled the pass on the inside. It was a good look. Maybe he was thinking about scoring before you catch it. Mishandled it out of bounds to the Cavaliers.
But credit to Loughborough. Even though the past few times down, they haven't got what they wanted. They've turned the ball over a couple of times. They're digging in on the defensive end, and they're not letting Thames Valley creep back in. Because if they had, and they once this game gets down to 4 points, 3 points, then it starts getting a lot more pressure on. But still, they've got a bit of a cushion to work off. As Silla look to try and create something at the top end. I think he needs to look at that jump shot if he can, as Williams, who needs to start making one soon, to be honest, because they're given a bit of space and he can shoot the ball.
And normally when we see Silla catch the ball at that high post, and obviously he wants to run the play, he would have gone at his man on the offensive end, so that's an interesting one.
Great pass by Jimenez. I was going at him early for threading those pass, but he's been coming out here with some dimes today.
100%. That's Hayden with a nice score on the inside. Looked like he wanted to dunk it, but he went in nevertheless. Great take by Champion, draws the foul, going to head to the line for 2.
A great individual play, but at the same time, he's come down and he's dribbled and attacked. And I think Loughborough can live with that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Thames Valley have to try and get more because they're not actually getting anything off of their offense. Okay, we're going to the live chat. You know, I'm here shouting out Kyle Jimenez as a Spanish guy. He's from Scotland. But, you know, due respect to the live chat, they keep us in line.
That's true. We appreciate you out there.
It's the same with Scottish guards. They play tough, and he's done a great job out there. So Thanks for the correction. Man, Jimenez, that ain't a Scottish name, but due respect to him anyway. He's doing a great job out here. Love the way he plays. Shows his toughness.
And I mean, he should be getting a look at the national team, I would say, in terms of the quality that he's, we've seen today.
Yes, definitely. As Orija looking for a big one. I think he got a little bit of a tap there, but no good.
Definitely contact on that shot.
And now they need to get back as Johnson trying to create something coming down.
And that's what they need to do. Attack, get, just put your head down a little bit, get to the basket, play with a little bit more confidence.
And Loughborough have only scored 2 points this half, and it doesn't look like they're struggling, but they just haven't got the right look. So Dietrich, great answer. Great answer.
So Cavaliers went to the 2-3 zone, and they moved the ball very well, the Riders do, and they failed to get out on him. And it was Silla who, with the late challenge, a bit of contact on that shot, and it went down. And there was contact on the shot before that as well. So need a little bit of consistency, refs. It's my time about to go to the refs again.
You've been kind of easy on the refs lately. What's up with that? Are some of them coming and reffing the ball out or what?
I think so, man. I need him. We're going to need some.
You can't be biased, yo. You know what I'm saying? You have to call it as you see it. As he makes the second one. Big shot there by Dietrich.
To be fair, the refs have been decent today. There hasn't been too much to complain about.
No, we haven't had to go in.
Early days, though.
It's early still. We can manufacture things to complain about. As Johnson finds another one. And now he's starting to wake up a little bit. So they need to pay more attention to him.
Yep, last 4 points by Johnson. And, he knows if he's going to be the guy to lead them, so be it.
As Dietrich, they need to get a hand up on him because he has not seen a shot he's not willing to take. Believe me. Bam.
So I know you've mentioned this in the past. If you're going to run a zone, the ball can't just get swung anywhere it needs to. Otherwise, it's a long day and it's going to cause open shots. And that's what we saw on that play.
And normally, you hear someone talking at the back of it. I've seen Kai Williams doing it quite a lot. But lately, no one talking. So therefore, they know Dietrich's a danger man. You have to sometimes play a little bit over to the guys who are shooters and give a bit more space to the guys who won't just catch and shoot it. Dietrich, you give him an inch, he's putting it up, and he's shown it the last 2 times down. As Hetro checks in. As Coach Banks is really calling from the sideline. He's not very happy with his team right now. At Loughborough, even though they went 4 minutes with only 2 points, they've come back and made 6 points in the last 2 sets down, and they're looking even better than they were before. As Jimenez trying to really put the dagger in. Silla with the rebound. At Johnson, someone had to pick him up early because he's looking to get aggressive, get to the basket, and try and create. No good, and the ref calls it, and to be fair, I think that was a fair call. Let's go to the instant replay. Ooh, I don't know. Excellent capture, by the way, by the camera person. I keep giving a shout out because we try and support the youth. Obviously, head honcho Supremo Rupert's here too. I don't think you know the things he does in the background, but let's give some appreciation on the live chat to that. As Gamble trying to get something going. Orija pulls a 3, just short. Silla with the rebound.
Cavaliers escaped that one. I mean, that went down. You're looking at a 15-point game, so very important time of the game right now. Silla on the offensive rebound, puts it up, overcooks it. Hetro gets it, loses the ball on the inside. Silla grabs it again, goes back up, draws the foul. Back of the rim, he's going to head to the line for 2.
As you can see, Silla back in the game with Hetro. Obviously, Coach Banks we need more rebounds. We need more easy points on the offensive end. And they're battling for it. And just not quite got it to go, but he can earn it from the line. And just a little note here, we found out that Jimenez actually leads the league in assists, and you can see why. He's always looking for that extra pass, and he can throw some dimes. So, shout out to him. Great job, and like you said, he should be on the Scottish national team. Do they still have a Scottish national team? So GB.
Yeah, they do. They do. They have for the Commonwealth especially. They're going to have a Scottish team, English team, Welsh team, etc.
That's why we go to you for all the real information. I'm not as versed in all of that kind of stuff. As here we go, he's looking to create something off the high post. Good no-look pass to Gamble in the deep corner. It's Hayden. Good call, ref. Good call.
Definitely, they got that one correct. It was deflected. Cavaliers ball, 4 minutes left, 12-point game, 10-point game. We didn't expect this.
We didn't, and I mean, they haven't been able to make any dent into this lead, and Loughborough just seem to be solidly playing them. Nothing's coming easy.
And it's just been trading baskets, and Johnson's trying to establish himself. Big rebound by Freckleton on the inside as he flexes his muscles. Once again, and I think, you know, in this situation, I think Freckleton and Champion need to also be more aggressive. Sometimes they're leaving it to Johnson. These guys can put it in, and Freckleton always earns himself something, but he should be looking to create a lot more as well, because he's a dangerous player. As him and there he goes with a steal. The second up, he clocking down. Great block by Hehetro. Great defense. Yeah, that's what it's going to take. I want to see that excitement. I want to see that passion. Well done, Hehetro. Big block on the inside to stop that shot and to establish himself and then put their foot down. And that's what they need to do more in this game.
And once again, it was started by Freckleton just getting that little steal, causing them to be put in a position where they had 5 seconds left to get it off. Hehetro, great challenge. These are little things that Freckleton does that sometimes go unseen, but it's so important. As he looked to drive, but knocked over by his own player. I thought there could have been a travel call there, but no. As Jimenez looked to push it up the floor, and Tifo, who's looking to attack aggressively. Foul on the ground.
Looked like he took an extra step on that drive. It wasn't called. I mean, I don't mind if that doesn't get called. Let them play. Foul on the inside, though. The ball will go back to the Riders.
As good play in there to Bar. Oh, great offensive set.
I mean, they got to switch that. It was a straight back pick. It's hard to get around the back pick on the inside, on the in baseline play. They got to switch that on the inside. That's a simple case of miscommunication. And they can't have that at this point in the game.
No, but it shows the good fundamentals. The screens they set are proper screens. Whereas sometimes we've seen teams just interchanging. You can get through. They're setting the right screens. And had they not played that, Dietrich was going to come off the other side. So another big play to keep that, actually extend the lead. As they go back into that kind of, I thought they saw some pressure out the top as they go back into a sort of set. Freckleton down to Hehetro, dump down, 2 points. Great play by Freckleton.
So a quick stat for you, the big three from the Loughborough Riders, Jimenez, Dietrich and Gamble combined for 42 points out of the 62, so they are leading the way for those guys.
Our man Belak back in the game. This guy, he's not even off the bench and he's shooting. And you love to see that.
Fire.
Once again, you called it, Drew. Mary Campbell giving a shout out. Kyle went to the Commonwealth Games, so you know what I mean. You made the call. You could be a talent spotter too. There's a lot of strings to our bow up here, man.
There is, man. There is. We might have to start like an agency or something.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah, I've got this Spanish guard that I want to use. Yeah, but he's Scottish. Okay.
But you wouldn't know the difference, to be honest. We're
still in the EU, right? No, we're not. We're Brexit. Oh, okay. My bad. I still get my 10% though, right? But anyway, we continue. Yeah, nice. I mean, the Loughborough guys are checking in on the live chat. Sasha's still there, giving let's go Harrison. So they've got great support. As you said before, it's a great program. They go from the young ages, they have academies, they have the university, and obviously the Leicester Riders. You know, shout out to Head Honcho Supremo, Russell Levingston, back in the day doing such a great job up there. You know, and I'm looking over Thames Valley, they're starting to run out of ideas, you know?
They are, and again, the pressure's building up. Where it's going to come from? Will they manage to keep that composure? Again, those two key words I threw at you. We'll see how this one plays out, but it's got to be you know, switch up the defense, possibly put some pressure, additional pressure on these guys. But like you said, with Jimenez controlling the ball, he's kind of been able to absorb any pressure that's thrown at him, and a very savvy, experienced guard.
Now here's a question to you. In this type of situation where it seems a little lethargic, do you put a younger player in and give him a shot, or are you still a little bit worried that it'll start going away from you? What's your idea on that, man?
I think we need to put a little bit of young talent out there, a bit more, and just come out with that energy. Just give me some energy, crash some boards, make something happen. Great tip on the inside, mishandled. Freckleton in transition. plays through the contract, gets the rebound back, gets the ball back, and through the contact draws the foul. He heads to the line for two. He has been an engine today. He's meant business.
Definitely, and you know, without him out there, I think we could have been at nearly a 20-point game right now. He's really just kept them there or thereabouts close, and you know, hopefully, I think he's keeping them there, hoping that Taylor Johnson starts getting going, Silla starts getting going. But as it stands, they're not really quite hitting that groove that they're normally on. But the defensive intensity definitely stepped up the last time down. So let's see if they can keep doing that in this last 2 minutes. I'm sure Coach Banks and Coach Depich have said, listen, we need to get this down to about 6 by the quarter and then come out and throw the hammer down. Because once again, that's when the pressure will be on Loughborough. And we'll have to see how they respond to that.
So we've got Freckleton up to 16 points. Silla on 13 points, 8 rebounds.
Gamble looking to create something as he's doubled. Swung out and Tifo had to shoot that. Ooh, good shot, but just rimmed out. Okay, Thames Valley I think need a basket here as they go to look for Johnson. Coming off high, he looked to drive, but once again, the matchup comes across. As soon as he comes off a pick, someone's going to match him, but there's our man again, Freckleton. Just long as Belak gets the rebound, and they're not getting the easy shots that they want. And I think Champion's been very quiet. I think he needs to try and get a bit more involved in this offense.
I'd agree. The length and athleticism of the guards are causing a problem for Johnson on the inside. Another pass inside to Gamble.
Let me tell you, Jimenez, you can be Scottish. That was a dime and a half. He showed us a little bit of everything, and he's been a great player out here today. My pick of the players today. As it rims out again, and they get another look. I think we got a technical foul going on there.
I mean, that is pretty unfair. There was a bit of contact on the shot. It was obvious. And then the referee from way on the other side, not necessarily saw what happened, calls a technical foul on the Cavaliers. Not really necessary. Just let the game play on. He wasn't too disrespectful. Obviously, he was upset. He got contacted, hit on the foul. And as a player, I can sympathize with him.
But if you see here, while he was shooting it, the Loughborough guys immediately went together and huddled. Thames Valley were a little bit apart until Coach Banks brought them together. He knows we're only going to do this together. And this has become a 13-point game, and it could get worse. So this is the thing, and you can see in the body language at the moment, and they've been in situations like this where they still pulled it out. They were playing Worthing earlier. I think it was in this, I don't know if it was in this trophy as well. And they should have lost that game, but they brought it back and won it at the end. But that doesn't always happen. And I don't think with this Loughborough team, I think right now they've got the confidence and they think we can beat this team.
Definitely. Great hustle by Freckleton, still to Johnson. Nice reverse layup for 2.
And once again, Freckleton involved in the play to create something. He's the only one who's creating something out of the ordinary out here. And the rest, we need to pick it up. As Johnson got the nice easy 2. Freckleton defense has really picked up. And once again, another tip. And he's looking to get something. Oh, great hustle back by Dietrich.
So he tried to draw the contact savvy play, but Dietrich read that, got the block on the ball without the contact, and the ball will go to the Cavaliers. I think he should have just laid that one up and just took the 2.
Let's see if he's going to put it off the back of that guy and lay it up. As a Hetro short by Silla with the rebound. And now Thames Valley are getting into a bit of a rhythm, and Loughborough, you know, thanks to Freckleton, that last few minutes, they got 4 points back into it just through hustle plays. And Loughborough could have been going into this game maybe up 12, but now it's a 9-point game. But still, they should be reasonably happy with that, because I think they're the better team that quarter as well.
Yep, and we'll see if the Cavaliers can continue that momentum from the end of that third quarter and make this a close game. And then we will end up seeing how the Riders deal with the pressure on the other end, because I think they've pretty much had it all their way so far this game. It's going to be an interesting one to see how this pans out.
That's the thing, and I think from Thames Valley's side, if they can draw this back to a 2-point game, then with the pressure on Loughborough, I think that's when Thames Valley will thrive, because these guys, I think they made bigger shots. I mean, Loughborough just need to maintain it though, and maintain what they're doing, especially defensively. And thankfully on the offensive end, with Jimenez and Gamble and Dietrich, they've got players who can make the big shot when they need to. And I think that's helped them, because when they run it, they don't rush anything. They get it to Gamble in the low post. He tried to create or swing out. So they've still got that, but let's see how they maintain, because these guys have played a lot of minutes this quarter.
Definitely, and I mean, I like this team. It's about guys knowing their role, and they do know their roles. They all have their roles. It's a very well put together team, and they've been very effective and efficient. And I'd love to know why they're only 5-9 on the season based on this performance that they put in today. Maybe they've had some new additions to the team, or just had a bit of a turbulent start. Obviously, COVID always can affect things as well. But yeah, it's a great team that we're seeing today.
Exactly, I know, and you have to think that based on what we've seen so far in this league, we could see this team getting a lot of victories, and maybe we'll see that in the second half of the season. Maybe they've just started to form together, get comfortable with the rotation. Coach probably is getting comfortable with them. And at the same time, this is a trophy game, so it's a one-off. So sometimes when you're down, you don't have that energy, but they've come out here and they want to get into a final, and why not? I know it's in the live chat, no one's giving score predictions. Getting a bit, you know what I mean? The VIP experience is still there if you want to take a chance. As a hetero, look to create something.
Great pump fake and plays through the contact for the two. That was great. That's what we need to see. We need to see a little bit more emotion from these Cavaliers. You know, there's a lot at stake. Last 10 minutes of the game, pump each other up. And the fact is, what I didn't like is, you know, he had the emotion, but where was the rest of the team?
Yeah, and I think that is going to be the key thing here. This is why we didn't see Aqua Davis in that last quarter, and I think he's the kind of player can also bring that. And Hetero, his energy, he needed to make that. But Silla, once again, battling inside, saves it. Hetero back hustling for it. Great job. And this is where Loughborough have to be careful, because you cannot beat them by getting outworked by them. As Champion looked to create something, ooh, pretty tough call I thought there, but, you know, great drive. Drew the contact, and now we can bring this back to a 5-point game.
Yep, definitely a tough game, but that tough call. But that's what happens when you're aggressive. You get the benefit of the doubt at times. So well done to Champion getting to the line.
Let's see if he makes his. It's going to be important to see what Loughborough do down on this end, because Thames Valley started with Freckleton at the end of that last quarter, picking up the defensive intensity. This could be a 5-point game, and if you let them score again, now the pressure's really going to start mounting, because you think we've been doing this well to be up 5 now. 30 seconds into the half, tough one. As the pressure's picked up full court by the Thames Valley, and I can see that Freckleton's there denying Jimenez. Once again, they've been listening to us. They know he's the key.
Definitely, and he's closing in on him.
Great pass. Oh, just a bit low actually. He saw him too wide open.
And Champion selling the contact there to get the third team foul for the Riders in the space of 41 seconds.
And that's going to be important later on down the line as well. So there, Jimenez probably a little mad at himself, because he saw the guy open and he's been making so many great dishes. It's just a little bit low for him. Maybe he could have gone up to the rim with it, but it was great penetration against the pressure anyway. As they come down, now Thames Valley looking a bit more confident in their sets. As Champion pulls up, fouled. And these are some of the little plays that they cannot do. The 4th foul at a 3-pointer. Is it time for a timeout here?
I think it is a little bit. It's not going their way so far to start this quarter. The first 50 seconds haven't been good for them. Very smart play by Champion. There was, from my angle, there wasn't any contact, but he kicked out his legs, got that contact, hit the floor, made a meal of it, and now he's heading to the line for 3. His very savvy veteran play.
I think he's arguing. I don't know if the ref's saying it was only a 2, but let's see. And I think this is where Loughborough need a galvanizing force to say, all right, let's go, guys. We've still been the better team so far. Let's stick to what we're doing. Let's not panic and come down and do throw up some old wild stuff. But we'll see what they do, because the pressure's going to suddenly pick up and Thames Valley are going to start seeing blood in the water.
Exactly, they know this gym very well. It's their home gym. They practice here, so their eyes are going to light up right now. And they, like you said, smell blood. And once they get that lead, even if it's a 1-point lead, then, you know, as front runners, I would say they would take.
as Hetero battling nearly got another tip on. That could have nearly been a 1-point game. So Jimenez coming down, and I think the right man who's ball in his hand to try and create something. They need a basket here. And I would have looked for Gamble in the low post, to be honest.
Late in the shot clock.
Tough shot by Jimenez.
Tough shot. One hand faded away with the adjustment on the replay. We can see it here. Covered by two players leaning back through the contact. 4-2, heading to the line for that bonus shot.
This guy's been special today. I mean, maybe he needs to pretend he's Spanish, go and get a contract up at Valencia or Barcelona, one of them teams.
I think
this is the kind of player they like. He's been amazing. Okay, now how will Thames Valley respond? That was a very important shot for Loughborough to just try and rejig themselves. Will Thames Valley come back and keep the momentum they had before that? As they look for a little download to Taylor Johnson, short pull-up, good, got it. And now he's starting to warm up. And Freckleton straight away going to deny Jimenez. They've also highlighted him as the danger man. Gamble with a big screen.
I think Freckleton tried to sell that one too.
Dietrich tried to respond, no good. Let's see if Thames Valley can take another basket as Champion pushes it down.
Silla looks shaken up on the play. I'm not sure what happened. I think it's on the rebound. Maybe someone, a little bit of contact on that. But he looks to be okay.
And we just saw Johnson come off a nice little down screen, hit a nice small jumper. Coach Banks is hoping he gets going. As a little bit of a delay once again, just to get something cleaned off the court. Where Freckleton took a hard screen, but like you said, I think he sold it. He's a savvy veteran, and he seemed to still be smiling. So, but to Gamble's credit, he stood up strong and just held his feet. So now they're coming down. Let's see if they're going to look for Johnson again off that high screen as he tried to create something down on Dietrich. Fadeaway shot, just short. Rebound by Conroy as they push it back down. And now Loughborough look to try and get another strong move or get back into their set as they're taking a little bit more time getting into it. And they're just running off pick and rolls. I'd like to see them get a bit more into their sets. As Gamble gets an open shot, bam, that was straight on line. Great rebound, Dietrich. Take your time and run something else. Oh, he's shooting. Gamble again, and that was a foul on Champion. Gamble did a great job on the boards.
And that's something we haven't seen as well. Somebody, you know, crashing the Cavaliers balls and causing a problem and being an irritant for them. And they, you know, if you're not used to it, you're not used to boxing out guys and putting a body in them. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, you definitely need some size, and Gamble's offered that. Not only did he just shoot the three, he busted in there to try and get a second chance. And Loughborough have another chance of getting the points, which they really need. 4-point game, 7:32 left.
Cavaliers need to communicate on this, as there's been a lot of problems on those out-of-bounds plays. Another one. Offensive rebound for the Riders. Inside to Dietrich. As
Dietrich looked to, I think, a little turnaround or something, swings it out, Orija, that'd be a big shot. Just short, but Gamble crashes again, but Freckleton controls. Looking to try and create something, pushing it to Silla. Nice little step off. Ooh! Oh. He's not getting the roll he normally gets, but great play there. A little misdirection step, swings it up, beautiful play. As Loughborough deep into the penalty as well, so Thames Valley are going to be shooting every foul from 7 minutes on. That may be very important as we get down to the last minutes of this game. And I have to say, Jules, in the live chat, it's all Loughborough. I mean, our TVC guys aren't really showing up. We need a bit more shouting out here. You know, everybody's shouting out Loughborough in the live chat.
Wow.
TVC guys, where are you? Seems to be a lot complaining about the refs on the court. We don't even have to do it now. We'll leave it to them. One bucket, so a 3-point game. Coach Banks shouts out, we need a stop. He wants to see the defensive end produce as this is a close game, and it's going to be tight going down to the, and I'm looking forward to it, as Freckleton's really putting the pressure up, but Dietrich once again wide open, rebound again, Dietrich looking to create. Oh, I think that could have been a bit late, but great defensive hold.
I would have liked to have seen Hayden go up. He had the offensive rebound. He was right next to the basket. He could have just gone up. He kicked it out, which caused the drive, and there was an offensive foul off that. So I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive. Definitely.
They need more scores inside, easy baskets. You know, as much as they're in fouls, team fouls, nobody's in any real big trouble individually. Dietrich's on 3. Other than that, nobody's on foul trouble for the Loughborough Riders. Thames Valley side, we have Silla on 3, so nothing too bad. But as you said, maybe if Conroy had taken it up himself, he could start drawing fouls on the inside, which they need. They need to get those guys out of there to make it a lot easier. So here comes champion 3-point game, looking to try to break into that, get it down to a 1 or even a tied game. Double screen coming down to Freckleton. Look to drive, great dump down. Hehetro just short, as Freckleton with the rebound once again. He does everything every time. They pay great attention to Silla, and he's come up with some of the big plays today. Without him today, to be honest with you, this would not be a 1-point game.
Definitely, he's a winner, and he's showing the quality, and he's playing with under extreme pressure at this moment, and he's rising to the occasion. And it's great to see the quality of the player that he is showing up, not just when you're up by 20, 30 points, 40 points, when it's a tight 1-point game, 6 minutes, 26 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, since this quarter and the last quarter, he come up with steals, offensive rebound, and all of these things aren't things that have run through him. They're not running offenses for him to get the shot, but he comes up with it when they really need it. And this is what I always see out of him and Silla on their team. They're giving Thames Valley things that they don't, they're going out and earning it themselves. And you love to have players like that on the floor. So Coach Jaram now has to rally his troops. What do you want to see out here today? Because Thames Valley have cut off the play to Jimenez. They're picking him up full court. Freckleton trying to deny him all over the court. Somebody else now has to step up. As you said before, Hayden inside. He needs to maybe try and develop himself some shot now so they can take a little bit of pressure off Jimenez in the backcourt. One-point game, 6 minutes 23 left. As the high screen comes, Jimenez looking to create something, swings it over to Dietrich, blocked by Johnson, and they're looking to take off. And we see Hehetro getting right down to the basket as champion comes down. They're looking for a very strong set with the potential of taking the lead here.
Definitely switched on their defensive lead, Cavaliers, and it's made a huge difference to this game so far.
Johnson, top of the key, rims out. That looked good, but just short. As Jimenez, can he create something else? I think Loughborough have been a little bit less creative on the offensive end this second quarter. A lot of just high pick and roll. They're not going to the set they used to, but let's see Dietrich, who once again, the referee on the baseline was about to call a charge. They're going to talk about it.
It's a close one. It's definitely a close one. It'll be interesting to see what they've decided to do. Having a quick discussion now. What do you think?
Well, I think the older refs outranked him, but it was difficult. I think Freckleton had his position, but he was in the air. So it's a tough one to call, but I think they've called a charge. And that's 4 on Dietrich, will really be important. Do you leave him in?
I think you do. You go for it. I mean, he's got to be smart. I mean, he's got a high IQ player. We can see that from what he's been doing on the floor, making great passes and plays. And he's just got to be smart right now and can't be overly aggressive.
We haven't seen Morrill this half, and I thought he came in and did a great job in the first quarter, hitting those shots in the corner, but he's been sitting over there chilling. But I think Coach Jaram just said, listen, these are guys I'm going with to try and get this W. 1-point game, still very close.
And I mean, he's got quite a few weapons. We got Belak as well. He came in and did a good job knocking down a few shots when he came in. So a lot of weapons on that bench for the Riders.
And once again, who comes up with the big play? Freckleton, drawing the charge, He has really been outstanding here today. And if you look at his stat line, I don't know what it says here. We're going to go to UpStreamemedia stat. We've got iPads up here and all sorts, but we won't talk about that. You know, 18 points, 70% from 2, 4 for 4 from the line. He's had a great all-round game. And I don't even think the numbers do that justice. Thames Valley looking to take the lead for the first time in the game, I believe. Johnson, short, Hehetro looking to do something. Double pumps, he normally gets those and ones. Hey. Great play by Hehetro.
Circus shot off the backboard, through the contact. That's a couple, he's come in and made an impact. You know, he's came through a couple strong drives. Obviously, you know, he didn't knock down the mid-range shots in the first half, so he's changed it up, which is smart. You know, if something's not working, you go to plan B, and it's worked for him. He's successfully got to the line off a couple three-point plays. We'll see if he can knock this one down to extend the first lead of the game for the Cavaliers. Let's see how this plays out.
Definitely, and I think the last few games we've seen him more come into his own. Early on, he seemed to be trying to find his feet, where he fits in this team, but I think he's found it. He brings energy, he brings offensive. He's aggressive now offensively, and he has been great in the last, I would say, 4 games. He's been awesome. Jimenez now have to come down and see if he can create something. You know, I would like to see them do a little bit more of a better set than just running the high pick and roll. So they're trying to get into something, as Orija tried to force it, but once again, Hehetro coming up with a great defensive play. Freckleton now looking to create something, coming down, swings it out to Champion.
And he's got the mismatch right there, a lot quicker. We'll see if he's going to make use of it. Uses the ball screen. Johnson for 3.
Dagger.
Big shot by Johnson on the wing. That's almost a relief for the Cavaliers, I would say, knocking that down and actually, you know, extending the lead to 5 points.
That's it, and I think Loughborough seem to just be going to a lot more dribbling, a lot less movement of the ball, and now they're rushing it, but Gamble, big shot there. And that's what you need. Sometimes you need someone to just come out and get you a basket, and he did that there.
Yeah, it's a dogfight right now. I mean, plays going out the window. It's just who wants it more. Strong take from Johnson, reverse layup.
Yeah, now it's... Okay, this is a very important timeout. And may I just say that even though the pressure's on the court, the camera person is just keeping it cool over there, calm, collective. We need them on the court, but we'll just keep it moving. Man, 4 minutes left, Jules, and Thames Valley seem to have been taking control, but big shot there by Gamble. How do you see this last 4 minutes playing out?
I think the Cavaliers, you know, they got their foot in the door. They're trying to break it wide open right now, and as you know, as soon as they get up a little bit, they usually loosen up. The shots start falling a little bit more, but you know, let's not discredit this Riders team. They've been in it from the beginning and they've been fighting all the way through. I'm sure coach is going to have some strategies for these guys, get these guys back in the set, know what he wants to get out of these guys on the offensive end, and also make the adjustments on the defensive end, because you know, that last couple plays going down the lane wide open, easy scores for the Cavaliers, and you know, that needs to be adjusted.
Definitely. And in the live chat, once again, the TVC guys are coming out in course. We call for them, they're back. Bad Boy 5000, always there. Fraser Duggan. NBL needs VAR. He might be right there. You know what I mean? Rebound blog, basketball blog, back in there too. You know what I mean? The shout is, there's energy going in the live chat, and there is on the floor. Loughborough have to come up with something big here, as Freckleton, I see him hustling out to once again put that pressure on Jimenez, and Jimenez is even smiling. He's like, man, give me a break here.
So I just want to give a quick shout out to Neil and wish him a happy birthday. He's 45 today. Have a great day. Enjoy your Sunday. I hope you've been spoiled.
Personal shout outs, we do it all, yo. What better place than to be tuned in here on UpStreamedia for this big game. 3 minutes 52. Jimenez looking to create something off the top. Nice little head fake. Euroed in by Freckleton once again with a big steal. Looking to push it. Pass out to Johnson. Oh! Great reply by Dietrich, getting back, but Johnson gets it again. No good. Gamble coming up with it, but Johnson takes it off him, scores, and they're not happy about that.
To be fair, from our angle, it did look clean. He ripped it out of his hand. It's happened a couple times. The Riders need to be a bit stronger on the ball. I understand why the coach is upset, as you know, it could be a turning point within the game, but giving away a technical at this point, is going to be quite costly.
And this is the thing. One thing you have to give credit to Thames Valley, especially Johnson, Silla, Hehetro, Freckleton. They never give up on the play. And there, even though he'd missed 1-2 shots, he's still there for the steal. You have to keep playing. And when Gamble got it, he didn't protect it well enough, took it off his hands for a bucket, and now he can push the lead to, you know, an 8-point game, which is, to be fair, that's unfair on the Riders right now.
100%. Freckleton up to 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He's had a truly great game today. He's shown his pedigree on a big stage.
Okay, so they just got the and one because he scored it, and now let's see what they can do. Loughborough need a basket this time down, and I think they're relying a bit too much on Jimenez. I think Bilak and Dietrich need to come up, handle the ball a bit more and create something, or let's look down low to Harrison. But Freckleton is not letting it happen, as he's been defensively dangerous this second quarter. Again, this fourth quarter.
It's all that pressure from the Cavaliers. It's disrupting the offense. They were looking for Gamble in the post. They couldn't get the ball to him because there was pressure in terms of the play that was running, disrupting everything.
Yeah, the defensive pressure by Freckleton really has been the difference as Gamble tried to create. And I think they need to go and look for Gamble more, because he can get shots up inside and draw fouls, which is definitely needed. Another problem is now Loughborough have 5 fouls, so every time Thames Valley is going to be going to the line.
So Gamble's on 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. So he's had a good outing today, looking for his 21st point after he's missed that first free throw. And they need it with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. It's a 6-point game. Sorry, he knocked down the first one as well, and the second one.
Needed though. Now, would you see them go back to... We haven't seen any of that zone press that they ran in the first quarter. Maybe they thought that Coach Banks would have figured something out to it, but I would have liked to see a little bit of it this half.
Definitely.
Just to mix up the...
I mean, you can run it until you get scored on. You know, there's no harm in doing something like that, and it's a shame we didn't see that in that second half.
As Johnson trying to create, and I think ref called that a little bit early, but... You know, that's what you get this time of the game. And Johnson is not the guy you need to be throwing down. As live chat's heating up, we got Emmy Grant calling in. They're shouting out the refs in the live chat. Fraser Duggan, he's getting the refs are haters. Bad Boy 5000 putting his little words in. It's really heating up now in the live chat. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to keep them beefing on the refs and each other so they don't come at us. We okay with that. Keep doing it, man. They keep them beef. And we don't even have to say anything today. Freckleton MVP, definitely I agree with that. Andre F, great shout out. So yeah, 79-73, and now Thames Valley seem comfortable, and this is where they work well from. Especially when they're in the penalty. As Freckleton once again picking up him in his full court. He's played nearly the whole game and he's still showing such great energy. Definitely my choice for MVP, unless we see something spectacular happen in the next few minutes. Gamble looking for another long three. No good. And that's a tough way to get back into the game.
100%. And, you know, these guys, they're looking a little bit tired. They've been fighting hard all afternoon, acquitted themselves really well in this gym. Tough team to play against in a tough gym. They've done really well, just down 7 points, 2.5 minutes left. We'll see if they can pull it out and make this game a little bit closer.
And if you see on the Leicester team, you got guys playing big minutes. I mean, Jimenez on 38 minutes, Gamble 38, Dietrich 36. So there could be a little bit of tiredness kicking in as well. But Bilak, he still seems to have a bit of energy. And there's still time in this game. But I think they definitely need to stop here.
Yep, so 5 points is nothing to either side, really, in terms of the quality that both these teams have.
As the double high screen comes looking for Champion as he rolls in. Great pass down. Hehetro just short with it, but he's battling for the rebound. Put back in. Big, big play by Hehetro. But does the ref's calling it off? What's the call there? And there could be a little overruling.
What is the call? Shot clock?
That's what he was saying. That would be the call. The ref at half court said it was good. Man, live chat's going to be going wild on this one. Let's try heat them up a little bit. Yeah, man, Fraser Duggan, you're right. Commentator 10 out of 10. Thank you. Refs -9999.
Appreciate that.
Fraser, you going in hard. But yo, why not? So, no bucket. We're in for a game. Minute 41 left. What do you go to here? I'd like to see Dietrich get a shot off. And they've gone to him running in the one, because Freckleton is denying Jimenez, who's limping at the moment. I don't know if he was just faking that one. Gamble looking for it, so double screen. Belak's another option because he's willing to shoot it.
This is a good option right here too with Gamble.
Oh, great help down by Johnson on the defensive end.
So that's a costly turnover right there, just heading into under a minute left, down 5 points. It's not over yet, but they could have done with getting something out of that play there.
As a turnover, which you don't normally see, especially with those two guys. Here we go. Oh, well, I thought he was looking to shoot that. Swing out Dietrich. I thought he had a look. Two-pointer. It's good. 3-point game, 55 seconds. Now maybe let's put on a little zone press.
100%. Disrupt them a little bit, slow them down, get them to take a lower percentage shot is what you need right now.
I'd like to see them go to Silla in the low court, but no, Champion going through for 2 points. That's hard.
That was way too easy. Way, way, way too easy.
3-pointer put up, and that may have been a little bit early. I'd like to see something to the basket. Again, a lot of time left, but Loughborough just lost a little bit of composure on that one. They should put a trap there. Silla, he's going to be too cool. He ain't giving nothing up. And
Cavaliers have it all under control right now. Johnson heading to the line, 29 seconds left, 5-point game. Very good test for the Cavaliers today, and well played, and all due respect to the riders. Obviously anything could happen in his last 29 seconds.
I mean, that play there is a 3-point game, and you let Champion just drive down the middle. And this is one of the things Thames Valley have. You're so focused on Johnson, Freckleton, Silla. You're forgetting that Champion, he's a guy who could put up 40 on any night. And he has the option. He's probably got one of the lesser defenders on him. He drives and gets a basket, and in essence kind of ices the game.
Agreed. And I would like to say that I think, you know, the Riders coach has limited his rotation a bit this second half as well. You know, we've got these guys playing the big three, playing big minutes throughout the whole game, and you know, coming up short on the 3-point shot. Maybe he needed a little bit more legs on it.
I totally agree with that. I mean, these guys have played a lot of minutes, and in the first half, as you said, the rotation was good, and everyone came in and did a good job. As I said, we haven't seen Morale in the second half, and I thought he came in and did a great job. So this is one of the things where, especially with the younger players, if they do a good job, keep them riding. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. It can only boost their confidence, and it can only good things. We got Johnson on the trail out.
That's a dunk.
Tried the foul and he missed it. Johnson with the exclamation point on that dunk. Riders need something quick.
Jimenez, great pass, but Hetro's still not giving up on the play. Thames Valley are going to come away with a win here today, but I do think in the last 2 games, anyone watching, they've exposed some of the ways that you can actually challenge Thames Valley. And I think a lot of teams will be watching this, you know, to see you can come in here and compete with them. But once again, you need to play it for 40 minutes. And if you don't, they got too much talent. As Gamble shoots a fadeaway, Champion with the pull-up. Johnson, is he going to get his last? No, he isn't. So Thames Valley managed to get themselves out of this one with an 86-79 game, and to be honest, these are the kind of games we want to tune into.
100%. We've got Silla with 16 points, 13 rebounds. Freckleton, our MVP for today, with 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. We've got Lewis Champion with 13 points, 4 assists. Johnson with 27 points and 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So you know, the big guys from the team stepped up today, and special shout out to Freckleton today. He's done it all. Yeah,
I think he's been the standout player today. Everyone else has chipped in as well. I think Champion's coming with some big plays today as well. On the Loughborough side, I think you hit it on the head. Jimenez played great, Dietrich, Gamble, but they played a lot of time, and they had to do it on both ends of the floor, and they started running out of gas down the stretch. And I think maybe a little bit more rotation could have kept them fresh, and down the stretch, had they been fresh, I think this game could have been a little bit different. But, you know, credit to them. I think they've come in here and probably given Thames Valley their biggest challenge of the year, which is good for them too. As we saw in the second half, they kind of brought it back through defense and some big plays out of obviously Freckleton and when Taylor Johnson got going at the end. But, you know, shout out also to Charles Aqua-Davis, who I thought was great in the first half. Didn't see him in the second, but I thought he put in a great job. And obviously always have to give a shout out to my guys on the bench, Mo Aiden, who gave me some love earlier on. So, you know, shout out to him, Josh Smith, Ogonkoi, Darnell Gums-Williams. You know, we'll see them in the next game. But great game here today from the Uxbridge College, Jules, and I enjoyed it, definitely.
100% was a fantastic game. This is the kind of games you want to see. Great test for the Cavaliers, and they've pulled through with it. And they'll be at the finals. It's going to be against either the Kestrels or the Worthing Thunder. You would bet on the Kestrels coming through that one on the other end, but I did see an early scoreline, and Worthing Thunder were up for a few points. So we'll find out how that one plays out, and we'll see.
We'll find out. I mean, there are talks about renting a private helicopter to fly us down to that game, but that's still in discussions. We're going to see if that happens. You know, I mean, great shout out once again, UpStreamedia. You've done an amazing job. And if you see what goes on in the background here, you'd really appreciate what great job they do to put this on. You know, and obviously the new talent on the camera, you know, we get rid of all the rest of them. We've got someone new here. We don't need no one else. She's cemented here, 12 years old, and doing an amazing job. We try to bring up the youth here, you know, which is great. So great job there. Jules, once again, always a pleasure to chop it up with you. You know what I mean? I enjoyed today's game.
Appreciate it. And yeah, it's been a great game. And tune into next time. UpStreamedia, the #1 broadcasting streaming service on the planet.
#1. And Bad Boy 5000 Laz gave a shout out. Kestrels won the game. So, you know what I mean? We're setting up a great final. Let's go, Thames Valley. We can do it. So peace out, guys. Be safe out there. We'll catch you on the next stream if we haven't been fired, banned, or cancelled. See you then. Bye.
And you know what? You said she's only 12. I thought it was a joke because the focus was, you know, it was amazing.